From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And let's get right to it. Don't cry for mama now or for sympathy now. Good old-fashioned street justice. Apparently, the migrant, yes, the migrant, under arrest for the rape of a 13-year-old girl, tried to fight back when confronted by Good Samaritans. A little bit of an effort, but it didn't work at all. Quote, he tried to run for his life, but he couldn't. One witness saying, yeah, he admitted to it. He was saying, all right, don't hit me, don't hit me. Dominic Carter here with you. And folks, this is bad news for the Biden administration with the first debate rolling around June 27th. The news couldn't get any worse. Good old-fashioned street justice. And just wait until this migrant gets to Rikers. They don't like sex offenders, in particular sex offenders of children. Officials at Rikers will be forced to put this savage in protective custody. The suspect suffering bumps and bruises during the brawl and was taken to an area hospital for observation. Again, Good Samaritans tied up the Ecuadorian migrant busted in the rape of a 13-year-old girl, 13 years old, and made her male 13-year-old friend watch the entire thing. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines. We want to hear from you around the country as to what this means for the Adams administration, the mayor of New York City, but in particular, what does this mean only months away from the presidential election? And at this very hour, live, President Biden is set to unveil new executive orders, if you will, on immigration. So apparently, to a degree, we haven't still had enough of this migrant experiment that has gone terribly, terribly wrong. I want you to listen, folks, to a witness here in terms of this is the man that approached the migrant in terms of before the NYPD arrived, and they set up a trap for this migrant. They knew that he came to the deli. They were waiting for him. And when he arrived, it was not pretty for the migrant alleged rapist. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines, 800-848-9222, 800-848-9222. This is one of the Good Samaritans that applied some street justice.
I seen him walking into the store and I had to take him out. And I told everybody, yo, this is the rapist, you know. I punched him, I kicked him a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. And yeah, that's it.
What did you say to him?
Nothing, I ain't saying nothing to him. I'm always quiet when I see new people that I really don't know, you feel me? Like, I recognize he wasn't from around here. I'm like, hold up, he looks such. But I already knew it was him since he was coming down this block. I already knew it was him.
Did he say anything to you?
Nope.
Nothing at all?
He didn't see it coming.
He didn't deny it? He didn't
deny. He was like, oh, he started yelling, help, help, help in Spanish. I'm like, yeah, that's what the little girls were saying. And you know, he didn't deny it.
He didn't deny it. And to that Good Samaritan, he's right. The suspect yelling, help, help, help. But he's right. That's what the 13-year-old child was stating, or certainly in her mind, as she was violated in ways that will, in all likelihood, stay with her for her entire life. It will also stay with the young man that he could not do anything to help his friend. So what did it sound like when the street justice was applied? And I say, bravo, this savage animal got some street justice. And making matters even worse, I haven't even dealt with the fact yet that this savage accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl was ordered removed by an immigration judge 2 years ago. So he wasn't even supposed to be here. This Ecuadorian migrant An immigration judge in New York City ordered him to leave the country on February 2, 2022, according to the Department of Homeland Security. Not officially, it's based on sources, but in just a matter of hours, it will be official. And apparently, he crossed the U.S.-Mexico border on June 25th, 2021, into Eagle Pass, Texas, where he was captured, processed, and released by Border Patrol agents. This experiment is not working. So what did it sound like when street justice was applied and it was the right thing to do and it couldn't happen to a better person? This is just the beginning, Mr. Migrant, apparent rapist, of what awaits you. Wait until they get you at Rikers. Wait until they get you out of protective custody somehow. Oh boy, they don't like rapists of children. Period. Let's listen to the encounter, the actual encounter of when they approach this mutt, and a mutt is better than what this savage is, and when the crowd decided that they were going to take him into custody.
Curo Live. ¿Dónde tú te vas? ¿Dónde tú te vas? ¿A dónde tú te vas?
Aquí voy a esperar.
Oh, okay. Okay. ¿Dónde tú te vas? Rapist. He don't care. He don't care that he hit the third. He right there. He hiding because we beat the Yeah.
Rapist has
Citizen F, baby. Thank you. Y'all, we did y'all job for you. He's right there. Look at him right there. We beat his ass.
Where my 10,000? Where my 10,000?
We beat his ass. Beat his ass. Beat his ass.
And let the church say amen. And let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. One more time, I want you to hear this. So you hear a woman, and she's leading the men, if you will, and you heard what she had to say as it relates to this savage, if this is the person that committed this crime. And in a moment, we'll let you hear how one of the local stations in New York has been handling this. But the rape of a 13-year-old girl in a park, and her 13-year-old male friend who was playing soccer with her, you approach these kids and demand that they go to a private wooded area in the park with you. And when they don't, you pull out a machete-style knife. Rikers and treatment awaits you in terms of what is coming up in the days ahead. One more time, when the Good Samaritans found this savage.
Curo Live. ¿Dónde tú te vas? ¿Dónde tú te vas? ¿A dónde tú te vas?
Aquí voy a esperar.
Oh, okay. ¿Dónde tú te vas? Rapist. He don't care. He don't care that he hit the third. He right there. He hiding because we beat the Yeah.
Rapist has
Citizen F, baby. Thank you. Y'all, we did y'all job for you. He's right there. Look at him right there. We beat his ass.
Where my 10,000? Where my 10,000?
We beat his ass. Beat his ass. Beat his ass.
And he was cowering next to a car like a little baby. You weren't a baby if you're the person that did this. When you violated this young lady, man up. You manned up in the park and did disgusting things to this child. Don't cower now. You don't even belong in the country. Folks, this migrant experiment is not working. We are paying all the bills. They are getting all the benefits, and all their criminals have come along, and some of them, I'm not saying all, some of the males think they can just grab whatever woman they want to and have sex with her. I don't know if that's what they did in their country, But here, we don't do things that way. Let's begin with your telephone calls, 800-848-9222. Tommy, line 1, Staten Island, New York. What's on your mind, Tommy?
How are you, Dominic? I think Trump found his VP there, that woman. I think she'd make a great VP. I think they should give this guy some kind of medal, maybe the
key to the city,
the presidential medal. I think Donald Trump should say it when he gets in. He's going to give it to these people, and also they sound like Republicans to me. I don't think those were Democrats who risked their lives to capture this guy.
Well, I don't know if they're Democrats or Republicans, Tommy. I can only tell you bravo. The American people can only put up with so much. And you have these guys, they think that we're, I'm going to use a term that the kids use. They think that we're absolute suckers. Some of these migrants, they ride around on their mopeds, on their motorcycles. They grab private parts of women. They rob people. They do all types of things. In other words, they have taken what the disgusting things that they do in their country and have brought them here to America while we are paying for everything. It's unacceptable. Tommy, thank you for the call. Let's go to Carlotta, Rhode Island. What's on your mind?
Dominic, badly. How long do you think it's going to be before some courthouse shyster takes up the case of this guy who he'll claim was attacked by Good Samaritans, and all these people will have to provide legal fees and they'll all be bankrupted? How long do you think it'll be before that happens?
Well, your assessment is probably correct, but I would say this, that some big bucks donor or big bucks business person will foot the bill if there are legal fees involved. Because as far as I'm concerned, every person that was part of that mob is a hero until the police were able to get there and place him into custody. What he did to that girl, and believe me, I can't say it, on the radio, but what they're going to, what the inmates at Rikers are going to do to him, he's going to have to be in protective custody every single day. And even in protective custody, they can still get to them. Again, and I thank you for the call from Rhode Island, the state where my daughter lives. At Rikers Island, they don't play that, and they don't like people that sexually abuse children. When I say they don't like, what I mean is they try to take your life after they violate you in ways that you violated the victim at least times 100. I will be right back.
This is Dominic Carter.
This is Greg Kelly for Priority Gold. What does it mean to be America's precious metals dealer? It means that you're in touch with the hearts and minds of those who love this country, value our freedom, and want to protect the future. Priority Gold is that precious metals dealer. They've helped thousands of Americans back their retirement with solid gold and silver. Call Priority Gold at 888-506-6439. Receive free shipping, free storage, a free investment guide, and one of the best purchase experiences in the industry. Call now or go to PriorityGold.com.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. Get ready to zoom into some serious cash with Zoom Ball every Wednesday in June. Win up to $500,000. 1 point equals 1 entry. 2 lucky winners will be drawn at the top of every hour from 1 to 5 p.m. to play Zoom Ball. Discover the excitement at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 877-8-HOPE or text NY.
Hey, it's Joe Piscopo. When you're looking for concrete materials for your next construction project, call Diamondback Ready Mix on Staten Island. This family-owned and operated business is the go-to supplier for concrete materials in New York, New Jersey, and the surrounding tri-state areas. My friends and experts from Diamondback Ready Mix are experts and fully licensed and insured in New York and in New Jersey to deliver ready-mix concrete to your job site. Give them a call today for more information at 718-650-5649, 718-650-5649.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
It was a group of concerned community members here in Corona who recognized him from wanted posters. They say they noticed him he started coming here to this deli about 2 weeks ago. So last night they decided to wait for him. They knew his routine. Then around 1 a.m. the police got the call.
And that is the situation as it relates to this migrant accused of sexually assaulting the 13-year-old girl in the park in Queens, under arrest. And that's a report from WABC television in New York. We're going back to your telephone calls in just 1 second. But as this is unfolding, you cannot make this up. As this is unfolding, the President of the United States is speaking live right now, announcing legal protections for undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens as we speak right now. And adding insult to injury, this migrant was ordered removed by an immigration judge 2 years ago. So what was he doing here? You know the answer. Why he's still here. ICE, baby. These progressives, we don't cooperate with ICE. But if you turned ICE loose, we wouldn't have the problems that we have, because they're afraid of ICE, because they know that ICE is no joke. But we're the jokes. We're the butt of the jokes. And our children are being raped by these animals. Not all migrants. I'm talking about the small percentage that decide to apparently take the customs of their country of rape and bring them here. Let's go to Gail, Staten Island, New York, line 3. Gail, what's on your mind?
Good afternoon. You know, God bless those children who were brutalized physically and mentally. Under the circumstances, they were able to give a very articulate, detailed description of this assailant who has the privilege of being in our country, Dominic, so he can run amok in our streets. When is this administration going to wake up? This is heartbreaking.
Well, it looks like, Gail, they'll be forced to wake up come November 5th. Period. Bottom line. Thank you for the call, Gail. Let's go to Connecticut. Bob on line 4. Bob, what's on your mind?
Dominic, I got an idea. I think that Curtis ought to take some athletic equipment to Rikers. He can teach stickball and baseball out into the exercise yard and then put this guy out there.
What's the point, Bob? I'm not following.
Well, they would have sticks and baseball bats, and it would save some tax money from a trial.
Now I get it. Well, he will be dealt with. He will be dealt with, because for the rest of his life while he's in jail, there is a mark on his back in more ways than one. Bob, thank you for the call. Now I get the point that you were trying to make. Bob, you mentioned Curtis Lewa. Curtis Lewa's been itching and ready to go for his take on this. He's going to join me in about 20 minutes, give or take. When we come back, more of your calls, and we will continue to take those at 800-848-9222.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
¿Dónde tú te vas? ¿Dónde tú te vas? ¿A dónde tú te vas? Aquí voy a esperar. Oh, okay. Okay. ¿Dónde tú te vas? Rapist. He don't care. He don't care that he hit the 13. He right there. He hiding because we beat the Yeah. Rapist has citizen app, baby. Thank you. Yeah. We beat y'all job for you. He's right there. Look at him right there. We beat his ass.
Where my 10,000? Where my 10,000?
We beat his ass. Beat his ass. Beat his ass.
And perhaps that woman should run for mayor of New York City. Colorful language, but I think that that people around the country can relate to exactly what she was saying as a group. You just heard the group of Good Samaritans engaged in, let's say, street justice to help nab this 25-year-old Ecuadorian migrant wanted for the brutal rape of a 13-year-old girl at a Queens Park, and the group smacked him around and tied him up with a belt, and he was trying to hide with no shirt, and you could see that ugly tattoo on his chest that police had released to identify him, and he was trying to hide under the car. So you're bold enough to rape a 13-year-old girl, but when it comes to you, you're hiding under the car. Good luck at Rikers. Good luck. Protective custody. They can only protect you but so long. All I'm saying, right, is good luck. Good luck at Rikers. We'll see how that works out for you. We'll see. And so you heard the woman say he's under the car. He's hiding under the car because we beat the out of him. The woman yells as police show up. Beat his, you know what, she said. One man, you heard him say in the background, where's my 10,000? A reference to the reward offered by police for this sicko's arrest. And they waited for him. They set him up. They knew it was him. Set a trap. Waited for him to come out of the deli on 108th Street, a few blocks from the park, after recognizing him from the police wanted posters and surveillance video released by the NYPD. So Curtis Lewa will join me at about 50 minutes past the hour to tee off on this. And here is what the police commissioner of New York City, Eddie Caban, had to say at a news conference a short time ago.
Last night, thanks to our tireless effort, Detective Bureau, and especially the Queens Special Victims Squad, a violent criminal has been taken off our streets. The rape of a 13-year-old girl last Thursday in Casino Park, Queens, shocked our entire city. The horrific crime was committed in broad daylight, and our investigators immediately went about finding and apprehending the person responsible. And just after 1 in the morning, after several days of engaging the public for their help, a call came in that a suspect was seen in the confines of the 110 precinct. Officers responded to the location, removed the individual from the station house, and after further investigation, we are confident that this person who committed this terrible crime is now in custody.
And making matters worse, this savage was ordered removed from the country by an immigration judge just 2 years ago. So if they had listened to the judge, if the city of New York had turned to ICE for assistance, but oh no, we can't do that. We don't. Yeah, I have to give Mayor Adams credit. This administration blamed de Blasio for this. We don't cooperate with ICE. We don't let police do their jobs. We let the criminals own the streets. That was the attitude of the last mayor. This mayor has at least opened the door, Eric Adams of New York City, with ICE to cooperate somewhat and reestablish the relationship, and work with them. I am telling you, if you turn ICE loose, America won't have these problems because they know that ICE, these migrants, they know that ICE is no joke. And when they come, they take you and you're leaving the country. Bye-bye. You are the weakest link. I want you to listen to part of a report from Channel 7 Eyewitness News describing what happened.
noticed a distinctive tattoo on his chest, and he's missing a shoe. That's because about half a dozen Good Samaritans pounced on him and detained him for police, among them Jeffrey Flores, who, by the way, is not a small man. He confronted him, put him in a headlock at one point. He says that person of interest, 25-year-old Christian Giovanni Landi, tried to run, but Flores took his friend's belt and tied up his legs. Landi is accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl in Casino Park last week while tying up her 13-year-old male friend's wrist to her wrist as he raped her with a machete in hand.
And Mr. Flores, the Good Samaritan that put this savage into the headlock, is no joke. Mr. Torres is no joke. He's the one that laid the trap, that said he had seen him several times at the deli. He waited all day for this animal to arrive, and then boom, pounced on him with the help of others and put him into a headlock. Back to your telephone calls. Joe, Toms River, New Jersey. Joe, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. Yeah, it saddens me, Dominic, that the NYPD has been turned into the Keystone Cops by higher-ups, the mayor, Eddie Caban. I mean, they had this man arrested numerous times. They had his description. They had his picture. They had everything about him. Why couldn't they find this guy?
Well, I think it was just a matter of time until they found him. I believe still that the NYPD is the greatest law enforcement agency in the country. The men and women are absolute heroes. You are correct, Joe, that their hands have been tied in terms of what they can do. You know, you have people cursing at them, attacking them, and it's disgusting. This guy, once they released the photos, it was just a matter of time until they were going to get their man. But I am so glad that a group of Good Samaritans got him first to give him a little taste of what awaits him on Rikers Island. And once they get him upstate, oh boy, Joe, thank you for that call. Let's go to Howard in Queens. Howard, Queens, New York. What's on your mind?
How are you, sir? Very quickly, number one.
Hey, wait, Howard, are you on a speakerphone? Please never call a talk show on a speakerphone. Are you on a speakerphone?
The thing I will say is this.
Howard, are you listening to me? Are you on a speakerphone? Howard?
Look at what he's doing.
Howard, you're not even listening. Okay, Howard's not even listening to a word I'm trying to say to him. So we'll move around. We'll move on. Let's go to Patrick, Long Beach, line 2. What's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. How you doing?
Good. Go right ahead, please.
Few quick points I wanted to make. Now, in South America, you have some of the most high crime cities, homicide rates in the world.
Of course.
And we're going to have an open border, and we think that we're just going to get the most...
Wait, Patrick, I want you to make your point. But you're wrong with what you just said. You said we're going to have an open border. My friend, we already have one. But go ahead, continue.
Yes, we have an open border, and we just think that they're going to send the most peaceful people here. And my thought is what Biden's going to try and do, he's going to probably try to blame Governor Abbott on his busing policy with New York City, which it isn't his fault in the slightest. But it's just so disheartening. Like, I work with kids, and I'm just like, this kid was 13 years old. They're going to have to live with it for the rest of their life.
Yes.
It almost makes you want to cry.
It does, because there's probably dysfunction, even after counseling, that's headed this young lady's way. And, I don't even want to talk about on the radio what's probably headed her way mentally. That's how, and it does, Patrick, you're correct. It makes you want to cry. But the boy is going to be as mentally challenged as the young lady is, because he was forced to watch this and he couldn't do anything to help his friend. And he had to watch his friend be violated by this animal. Thank you for the call, Patrick. Let's go to John in North Carolina. John, what's on your mind?
Well, you're not going to like this. Now, I don't want to claim virtue, but I think you should. Street justice is not within the law. So I respect you, but you seem to be law-abiding, and you're well within your right. Now, I understand what's happening, because if I could get to my enemies, I would kill them, and I would even do worse. So I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I think you should watch your ire because I think it will take you down the road to unclear thinking. And that's all I want to say. But I do respect you. I listen to you every day.
John, let me stay with me for a second. One, I have respect for you, right? Because we can agree to disagree. So you don't like my method, but you're expressing it in a courteous, professional way. And as long as a person is willing to do that, then game on. We can have the conversation. It's the people that are nasty and vile with their comments. But John, so I honestly, my friend, how do you think I should refer to this situation? Should I say this suspect who happens to be from Ecuador? Please tell me, John, what do you think I should say?
Well, I don't want to choose your words. I just think you should be a little ease up on the.
Okay, but wait, John. I'm in a business where I have to take positions and I have to be able to articulate it. I don't have the option of just sitting back. So I'm putting you in my shoes just for 30 seconds. How do you honestly feel? You're telling me what I shouldn't do, but tell me what I should do.
Well, I think you should be really careful. And
so you're saying the same thing. I'm asking you to give me an example of how you would do it.
Dominic, I would not. How I would do it, I would just say nothing, and
you would say nothing. You would say nothing.
I would secretly, if I had the power, I would arrange for him to be taken out slowly. And I'm not any better than you. I'm just saying there's the law and there's the law. Are you familiar with Peter Sellers, the Pink Panther movie? You know, I'm an officer of the law. You have nothing to worry about. I think you have to be real careful.
Okay, fair enough. John, thank you for the nature of the call and for the fact that you're being professional and courteous. But I disagree with you 1,000%. This savage did what he did, allegedly. And whether you like it, whether I like it, it doesn't matter. Rikers is going to deal with him. If he thought he had it bad with the Good Samaritans, wait till you see what is ahead for this individual. Kurt, Staten Island, New York, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. Listen, I agree with you totally. You know, listen, I want to say this. I would not find fault with any correction officer who turned their head to what is going to happen to that dude.
Oh, Kurt, wait, Kurt. You see, I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to say it. You already know what's going to happen. The moment he gets to Rikers, the correction officers are going to say, for lack of a better term, Bubba, my break is only 15 minutes, but today I'm going to leave for 30 minutes. The unit is unprotected. I'll be back in 30 minutes, Bubba. You and John, you're in control of the unit right now. You already know, Kurt, what time it is, what's about to happen. Please continue.
Because I've been on the island many times. I see what happens. I've calmed down in my old age. I'm 65 years old now. So I've calmed down, but I've seen what happens on that island to people like that.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Let's just put it that way. Thank you so much for the call. Let's go to Janet, Rockland County, New York. Janet, what's on your mind?
Jungle justice at best. And let me say something, Dominic. I don't know what they tell you to say, but stop calling these people migrants. They are not migrants. They are illegal aliens. They come into the country illegally and they are destroying America. Left, right, and center.
And who do you blame for that, Janet?
I blame the administration. As a matter of fact, everybody was calling them illegal aliens until Trump comes along. Oh, they are migrants. When Trump called them animals, I don't know how they didn't chop his head off. And look what the country has come to. And you tell me, why would an illegal marry to an American for 10 years without a green card? That piece of you-know-what in the White House is going to sign executive order. Does that make any sense?
Well, we're a few months from the election, Janet.
Of course. And they should award Mr. Torres and the women or whoever was in the league the $10,000 each. Not $10,000 to share, each.
Hey, I'm with you on that, Janet. Thank you for the lovely call. I got to take a break, but before we do so, quickly, let's go to Brooklyn, New York, and Larry. Larry, I got you 45 seconds, and then I have to take a break. Go right ahead.
Okay, Dominic, maybe what you predicted is down the road when he goes upstate, but don't put it past. Every judge is going to put a protective order on him. Legal aid is going to double up on the attention just to prove that you can't take revenge on migrants. And another point I want to make is what happened to, I don't know the race of this 13-year-old victim, but this was envisaged by Barack Obama, who's the de facto president behind the scenes. He wanted it to happen to white women in this country. That's what he wanted white women to be subjected to. This was his desire.
That's unfair. That's unfair. That's unfair. That's unfair, Larry. But I hear you. I just wish I had time to debate it with you. I just don't. Perhaps we can debate this, Larry, on the midnight show tonight. It is time for a break. When we come back, Curtis Lewa, Guardian Angels, all excited, ready to go. He's going to tee off on this topic. Lord only knows what he is about to say.
This is Dominic Carter.
And now, it's time for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation Final Thoughts.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation, folks, they do outstanding work. Don't take my word for it. Just look at the organization. They are outstanding. With me right now, Curtis Lewa. So what are you teeing off on today, Mr. Lewa?
Celebrating the fact that it was citizens who got this guy. Citizens, just like, go back years ago, 1984, to Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker in California. He had done home invasions, raped, and killed 14 women. But what really repulsed society there was his 15th murder victim was a 9-year-old Chinese girl. He had taken her and her 8-year-old brother, viciously strangled and raped her, leaving her hanging upside down while her brother was there and then fled. And then all of a sudden his picture was put in the newspaper, the Spanish-speaking newspapers, La Opinión, which is like El Diario here. All of a sudden, the older Hispanic woman saw him in East L.A. one morning and said, El Matador, El Matador. People came out of their households, gave him the beatdown of his life from Boyles Heights, right on Hubbard Street in East L.A. It took the L.A. Police Department to save his life after he was severely beaten. Let me tell you something. That sends a message out to the criminals. Right now, they're not afraid of the police. They know they eventually will be cut loose by weak DAs. They need to be afraid of the general public. What will the public do if they ever find me? That's what will keep them in line. So I salute the people involved with Jeffrey Flores in Corona who decided not to call 911 because the cops would have flooded the area. The guy would have seen the cops there and would have fled. He walked right into their trap. He ate the Parmesan cheese, and then the trap snapped right on his neck.
It is amazing that they they literally set a trap for him, and he walked right into it.
Right, now imagine if he had done what the police always say, don't take matters into your own hands, call 911. The cops obviously would have flooded the area. This guy would have been in the area, would have seen him, and would have fled. Now, eventually the cops would have got him. But this was the perfect plan. Now, did he get a bit of a beat down? Who's going to shed any tears for this guy, right? Right? What socialist is going to come out? What lover of the illegal aliens is going to say, oh, your harmed hairs on his head, you're vigilantes? Here's one for the vigilantes from America's #1 vigilante, Curtis Lewa.
And for the presidential race, the debate, June 27th. This is not good for Biden. This is going to be an issue in the presidential race.
ICE. They refuse to work with ICE. ICE had this guy. They would have deported him. Adams, Hochul, and Biden don't want you to work with ICE. Shame on all of them. Shame on all of them.
And of course, de Blasio's gone now, and we're left holding up the pieces. Final say, Curtis Lewa.
Final say is the people can get control of the streets because our politicians won't let the police do their job. The DAs cut them loose. So people power. If you catch them, thump them. But meantime, make sure you get the right guy under the right circumstances because if not, you go to jail.
This is true. folks, all it takes is $11 a month. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. I'll see you again tomorrow.